If your forefathers never would have left, maybe you would be Swedish farmers today.
There's a sign that we're gonna get dirty.
The smell of the pig house is nothing you want to smell again.
It's just mud, smelly mud.
I'm in my element here. I love it. I overcame 200 years of tragedy and really bad, terrible things.
We know 2 people are going home, and I might be one of them.
Last week was just so disappointing. Oh, up over, yeah, right there. Keep going, keep going.
Chris, Melissa, and I lost the challenge, so we're up for elimination. 2 of the 3 of us are going home.
Nervous. I'm very nervous for the challenge. They're both fun people, smart people, awesome people. Even if I win, I'm gonna be sad because my 2 friends are going home. So it's sort of a lose-lose situation. Oh, he barked at us.
The whole reason that I'm here is to connect with my living family that's in Sweden and to bring that knowledge back to America. And so if I go home before having that experience, I'll just have felt like, in some ways, I let them down.
Wow, they're coming to read the concert with.
I want to win. I want to win so bad, but I don't want to do it at the detriment to somebody else. So we'll see how it goes.
Comfort time. Lots. You see what's in there.
Let's hear it.
All right. Dear Americans, welcome to Varmland. Most of you have forefathers who worked the land as farmers. If your forefathers never would have left, maybe you would be Swedish farmers today. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah.
That's why you now are moving into 2 different farms and experience how your life could have been today. Christopher, Melissa, Brittany, and Katie, you will move in on a pig farm. Dude, Jennifer, Christina, Robert, and Mats, you will move in on a big dairy farm.
Hell yeah! I was very glad that I'm gonna stay on a dairy farm because pigs can pretty much eat people, so I don't like pigs. I'm scared of pigs. I got a little phobia of pigs. Yeah.
The coffer contains fresh milk, organic pork chops, maybe it's time for a barbecue later, proper music. Varmland is the mecca for Swedish dance band and Vikingarna. The Vikings are the kings of the genre. That's all for now, y'all.
Y'all.
Come on.
Anders.
I bet you those pork chops would taste pretty darn good, all barbecued up. I would trust Katie to barbecue up those pork chops. I think she could do something pretty good with them.
My dad was actually a dairy farmer, so I'm glad to be staying on the dairy farm this week. Let's go!
Yeah. It smells like,
Thick?
oh,
Yummy.
never mind then.
It's so creamy and thick.
Oh, okay.
I'm scared. I'm really excited to stay at a pig farm. I think we're gonna get really dirty. I think there's gonna be some gross smells and maybe some pig wrestling or something. I don't know. Never really stayed at a pig farm, so we'll see.
The big house.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Oh, yes.
You're already here. Per.
Katie.
Welcome.
Welcome to our home.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's an old house.
How old?
It's 300 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was this a family farm?
It's been in the family for 130 years.
130 years.
Yeah. So this, you see the doors here, they are 300 years old. And I hope you like it.
I love it. It's gorgeous. Arriving at this farm was a huge surprise of awesomeness.
First, this is the dining room, and you can see this. I'm very tall.
Yeah.
And you can see this here. I get very lot of headache here.
Oh, that's hard.
You can see here, you know, in the old days, they were not smoking weed in those days.
No.
You know? It was just tobacco.
Yes.
So Perry, you and your brother own the pig farm together, is that?
Yes.
That's right.
We own the farm together. He lives in another house. So, but we have been raised in this house.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. And we grow, everything is organic, yeah.
The house is just, it's the most unexpected little treasure. They've done such an incredible job of renovating and restoring a home that's 300 years old. Just a beautiful property.
This is wonderful.
This is not at all what I was expecting.
No!
This is...
Said something about sleeping in a barn maybe or something.
Yeah.
You can do that if you want as well.
No, thanks. I like this.
I love working with cattle. I grew up working on farms. I worked in tobacco farms, hay farms. I got my own cattle and got horses and got my own farm right now, you know, so I've always worked on farms.
Hejsan, hejsan!
Hey there!
Olle heter jag. Welcome to Guterud.
Thank you.
It's the name of the farm. My English is not so perfect, so.
That's good. That's fine.
But I try.
Ours ain't either.
Yeah.
Okay. We are 3 brothers who drives this farm, and we started with the 16 cows, and now we have 350 cows. Now we try to some work.
All right.
So we have to
Sounds
have
good.
some clothes, better clothes on you.
Okay. Sounds good.
This way.
All right.
I love animals, so working with cows sounded like a lot of fun. I've never lived on a farm, but I definitely have some experience, and I've milked cows before.
I got longhorns.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I rope.
Okay.
I'm a hoof slugger.
Oh.
Very.
Okay.
Yeah. Ola reminds me of probably 50% of my clientele that I go shoe horses for. They're just some real good old country guys, you know, my kind of people.
Now we will see.
Here, meet my brother.
Hello. Ben? Chris.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It reminds me a lot of me and my brother. We're 17 months apart in age, and we're best friends. And I could see living next door to him and running a farm together.
Okay, guys, it's nearly evening now, but we have one task for you. The pigs that are living there, they want to walk out now tonight. So if you just could open the gates.
Sure.
That's everything you have to do.
Oh, that's easy. They won't
Okay,
feel.
let's do it.
Okay.
Come on out, guys. Come on.
Oh, they're scared. They don't want to come out.
Come on. Don't be shy.
You don't want to touch it?
Hey, how do you say oink oink in Swedish?
Nuff, nuff.
Nuff, 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 nuff. That worked. Look at it. Nuff, nuff.
I don't know how to whistle.
Come on.
Be free!
There you go.
Oh, they're so happy! Come on, go!
Go. Nuff, nuff.
Oh, man, look at him go!
Go, go. Run, be free. Nuff, 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 nuff. Come on. Nuff, nuff.
I don't know how to whistle.
I thought oink oink was an international word.
That was a very good test.
It's hard work.
Yeah, it was hard work, wasn't it?
Really hard work.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling we have a lot more work coming tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm nervous.
I'm excited to get put to work. I'll slop mud, I'll feed the pigs, I'll help run the tractor, and actually have the full farming experience.
This way.
Oh, yeah.
Here is the milking barn. We just go this way and have a check, and then we go and feed the calf.
Oh,
Barn.
cool.
So they will be milked every cow 3 times a day.
Can we pet the cows?
Yeah? That's no problem. That's a nice one.
They're so cute. Hi.
They are a little shy.
Are you? He's not shy.
My grandparents had a dairy farm, but they had already sold all the cows by the time I was born, so I didn't get to see it in operation. So this is totally new to me.
Now we come to the smallest calf. This one we will
Get 'em here,
feed now
start feeding 'em.
with milk.
I love animals, and I think baby cows are especially cute with their little ears and their little noses and their little eyes. So cute.
Yeah, no, you have to help me here.
Okay,
You take this one,
all right.
and you are the feeder today.
Okay.
Perfect.
These guys are hungry.
Yeah.
They're all down here like,
Hi.
I was surprised to see that they had so many little calves. I've never seen so many little calves at once, and that was really cute.
This is the smallest we have here. We take them here yesterday. The smallest one. You fix that. No problem.
I'm in my element here, you know, to mess with cows and hang out with that old guy. I love it. So it's really awesome.
So we have to learn them to drink.
Yeah, I know.
Now he fixed it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, he says perfect all the time. Everything's perfect. This is perfect. That's perfect. Everything.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it crazy that this might be one of our last? You don't even want to think about it, eh?
We're not gonna think about it. I mean, it's reality we have to face, but I also don't want to face it, so I'm just gonna be in denial, maybe. Honestly, I did not think I would instantly become so close to someone coming out here, and then it's just like, boom. We like the same things. We say the same things. What's going on? And then we're like, soul sisters. And yeah, I'd never dreamed of that happening at all. I don't want this to happen. Well, also, you could win.
I could. I'm gonna try and win. But like at the same time, it sucks, right? Because like, Missy hasn't had her special day. Like that is so garbage. You know, it's parting with Katie isn't going to be easy. I mean, at some point, it's going to happen anyway. I didn't expect it to potentially be so soon. Man, she's like my soul sister. It's just an absolute gift. I got to meet her, and I'm just so happy that we found each other on this adventure.
I'm gonna miss you
I'm gonna miss you most.
if I have to go.
You're not going.
I better not go.
En sådan sommar får vi aldrig mer igen. Vad som än sker ska jag aldrig glömma den.
Welcome.
Hello. Hello.
In 1862, during the Civil War, the Confederacy introduced a new battleship, Merrimack. And the North didn't know what to do. They panicked. Enter the hero of the story, Swedish engineer John Eriksson. Born here in Värmland, not far from where we are now, in Långban, in 1803. At 11 years of age, he was already part in the construction and building of a channel across Sweden, Göta Canal, a giant project. He was sort of a wonder kid. When he was done with that, he went to England, constructed a locomotive, switched to shipbuilding, and invented the first functioning propeller, and also constructed the first ship using that functioning propeller. After that, he moved to United States when he was suddenly interrupted by a knock on the door. And there was the representatives of the North Navy asking me if he possibly had something that could match the South, the Confederacy, monster ship Merrimack. And of course he had. Out of the drawer came a Monitor. This most strange looking ship you ever saw. But the North didn't have any option. So, 100 days later, the monster ship of the South, Merrimack, cruises into a body of water called Hampton Roads in order to sink the wooden ships of the north side, laying at anchor there, when they suddenly see something strange in the water. A tin can on a raft, to quote one of the crew members on Merrimack. Next thing, this tin can fires a shot at Merrimack, and the battle has started.
I learned a lot about John Erickson. I knew some things about him. I knew about the battle. I knew about the Monitor and the Merrimack. But I didn't know how creative, how inventive, how brilliant he was.
With only the turret visible above the sea level and the pilot house, Monitor was harder to hit. Also, this turret could revolve, a feature that John Erickson was the first to use on a war device.
Erickson was essential to winning the Civil War because the North might not have beaten the South without his contribution in the blockade. So I'm very grateful that he helped win the war.
This meant that the North side of the Union could sustain the blockade against the Confederation states. So, a Swede decided the history of the states. Thanks for today.
Thanks, Anders. These little schools that we have are so much fun. It's so fascinating to learn little snippets about Swedish history and really how they converge with American history.
I don't know any other Swedish innovators, and I feel like I should Google that when I get back home.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Come on. Here's your boots.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
And you will get each one of these nice warm overalls put on before we go to the pig barn.
Lovely.
Well, I definitely don't want to deal with anything smelly. I'm hoping we're like out in the fields, like picking weeds or something. I think that'd be nice.
Mm-hmm. Here's a sign that we're gonna get dirty.
Yeah.
I feel like we're on CSI.
I feel like a giant cloud or a marshmallow.
I've got high expectations for the day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get to do manual labor, don't get to do farm work in my normal life. So I'm just really embracing every aspect of this experience. I feel official.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm ready to go to work.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Yo!
We're here.
There's definitely strong fumes when you're in the pig house.
Come in.
Woof.
Ooh.
It's the smell of the pig house is like nothing you want to smell again.
You take your rake like this, the whole way down to this area where it should go down. And then you two can do this room, and you will follow me to the other room now.
Okay, we got this. It was a good start to the day, and then we started shoveling poop. Oh, I just stepped in a pile of it. Okay, we're okay.
Just don't think about what it is. Are you not gagging?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, the smell of pig waste is like a sewer mixed with hay, mixed with pungent, acidic pneumonia kind of smell. It's like the pee mixed in.
I don't want to talk about it. I think that's why farmers are silent. And you get used to the smell after a while, but I'd give the smell about a 2 out of 10. You know, nothing good comes for free. In my head, I just pretended like I was moving mud around. It's just mud. Smelly mud. Oh, man. I'm just pushing mud. Pushing mud. We're just pushing mud.
Set them on this.
I'm really happy that I got to be here with Dude and that Dude gets to kind of be in his element here on the farm.
Yeah. Hey, it went right on. Whoa. Easy.
I know he's really been missing his ranch, so I'm so glad he got to be here.
All right. Cool.
Perfect job.
Perfect.
Perfect job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love being here. This place is Sweden. It's kind of cool. Perfect. Very relieving and kind of check something off the bucket list. And it's definitely one of the best experiences so far for me in Sweden. I've been shoeing horses and taking care of horses for 22 years, give or take. I go very hard. I work very hard. I try not to sit still. I'm always on the go. I'm always getting into things. I just love life. Every day's a blessing. I bought a piece of land 10 years ago and built my ranch and built a house and started as a 2-bedroom house, went to a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house, and I built a barn. Just been building and building and building the past 10 years. So everything on this ranch I built with my own 2 hands.
Honey, this is so exciting. I'm so over the moon about you going to Sweden. It's wonderful. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and it's so great for you to learn about your heritage, because I know you didn't get much from your dad on that.
My upbringing was honestly pretty rough. I grew up in a broken home. My dad was really abusive, violent, kind of drank a lot. I'm very thankful for my mom. I owe her everything, because my mom divorced him when I was 5 and took me away. It's like they say, behind every good man's a great woman. I got 4. Yeah.
You know, you have so much you can learn about your history and family, and your daughters and your son that's coming. They'll all know so much more about who they are.
There's a void to fill. From what I know, on my father's side, my great-grandfather came from Sweden, landed in Chicago. That's all I got.
Strange trip, it's all insane. You ain't never gonna be the same. Loud thunder, heavy rain.
This whole experience is very special to me because I try very hard to be a good man, and for me to be whole and know where I come from so my kids can have a better life and they won't have voids to fill. Yeah, I'm ready to open my box, for sure. Wow, there's pictures. Dear Roy, as you know, your family has a long history of struggle with certain discomposure that seems to have cursed generations of Settergrens going back to the early 1800s. The first person to take your name Settergren was Nils Andersson, born 1761 at Kronungen in Halstad Parish, Östergötland. Nils' father was a shoemaker with craftsmanship in his blood. Nils inherited the skills and became a well-regarded blacksmith at Sontrop's mill. He changed his name to Settergren and had 5 children with Anna Jensdotter. Their son, Johan, born 1801, was also a skilled craftsman, a tailor. At 17, Johan left home for Oldenbro and surprised everyone when he got an apprenticeship with a highly respected tailor, Anders Lundholm. In August 1822, he marries a pregnant Kajsa Lissa Kavastrom. Johan gets his journeyman's certificate 2 years later and moves his family to Askerston to open his own tailor shop. The future was bright, but church records show a looming darkness. There's something not right. Before too long, Johan is accused of theft. True or not, the family moved within the year to a bigger town, Lidköping. But growing his small business in a larger town was a challenge. He wasn't bringing in enough to feed his rapidly growing family. 6 more children were born in the ensuing years, each one making life that much tougher. It's unclear what drove Johan to crime. He is again accused of stealing, shredding his professional standing and reputation. He slides into dependence, taking work from other tailors and welfare to feed his kids. things got worse. In time, the children were auctioned off to local families where they could live and eat in exchange for their labor. Wow. A temporary, merciful act meant to help them survive, but also fairly humiliating. Johan is just 35, but already called a former tailor, who would never work in that or any other profession again. Maybe this is when he hit the bottom. Problems were mounting quickly. Joblessness was a crime back then. Authorities moved the family into the city's poorhouse in 1844, called the Work and Corrections House, where they had to do work for room and board. In an inspired act of confidence, Johan checks himself out in 1848, determined to earn his own way. But that attempt to get out of this hole failed, like all the rest. Drinking and despair may have seized him. Johan Zettergren died the next spring on April 4th, 1850, in Linköping. Imagine their children processing this. Your own great-great-grandfather was Johan's youngest son, Gustav, just 14 when his father died. He is sent in and out of various foster homes outside of the city for a while. Yeah, knowing that my family were foster children and bounced around here and there and had problems, and it just made me very proud that I built my own place, and I'm definitely going to make sure that my kids inherit the faith that I have, and make sure that they all have property and somewhere to live. I won't never be the kind of man that would put them in that position either, giving alcohol or anything to jeopardize my family. But Gustav seems to have kept his nose clean. He leaves it all behind when 16 and finds work as a laborer at a tailor shop and several other places before moving to Sandviken in 1863 to work as a stoker at Högbo Mill. He meets Greta Lisa Norberg, 6 years his senior, and they have 5 children, all of whom live to adulthood. Gustav turns 80 and appears to have lived a long, happy life, but the inner darkness. All those years without an anchoring place in a real family, not just a series of paid foster families who'd housed him for money. Who can speak to the toll darkness brings, the costly scars of solitude? All we know is that on May 7th, 1916, Gustav hanged himself. Dang, at 80-something years old, decided to hang himself. By that time, 2 of his sons had already left, seeking a better life in America. Gustav's oldest son, Bernhard, sailed on the steamship Romeo from Gothenburg Harbor on May 6, 1887. Bernhard finds work as a machinist and pipe fitter in Chicago. He marries Hannah there in 1891. They separate later but never divorce. One of their seven children, wow, one of 7 children is Roy Teofil Zettergren, Sr., my grandpa. Against this entire tapestry of Zettergren's fighting, throughout battles with darkness, your return closes a circle. You've done well to build that strong, anchoring family that ages of Zettergren's missed. You have reached back and justified the struggle in each and every one. It occurred to me, I've been proud of everything I've done in my life with my daughter, and being a family man and having kids and a wife, and reading that letter about my past history of all the other men in my family. I realized that I just didn't overcome my life. I overcame 200 years of tragedy and really bad, terrible things. And I'm the first man in my family to stand up and do what's right and live right. Get myself together. And I'm not going to be ashamed of this. I'm going to share the whole story to everyone. Yeah. I'm gonna use this as motivation to keep going and do better and let them know what a real Settergren's like. I'm not the knockdown drunk or the guy that hang himself. That's not anything that you'd ever hear about me, you know. Yeah, so it's pretty powerful, and I think my kids will be even more proud of me.
Stop it.
Woo.
That's
hard. I'm starting to get my sweat on.
I'm just glad it doesn't smell bad. Or at least we're used to it by now.
So you like it?
It's a lot of work,
yeah.
okay?
Yeah, get the warm?
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing? He's trying to eat me. No eating me, man. You know, the pigs at first are very shy and reserved, kind of like Swedish people. But the more that you work with them and hang out with them, they become your best friends. So I actually really enjoyed the experience. I've never really been around pigs.
Okay, I think we're done. Good, we got it. Hey, you're clean, come on home.
Can I breathe outside air?
Thank you very much. You did a very good work.
Oh, thank you.
You know, there's not a best part about shoveling pig shit, except that when it's over, you feel like you did something, at least. And then we helped, help the brothers out a little bit, I hope. I hope we did an okay job. I think they said we did a good job, but I'm not sure what the comparison is. So, at least we did something.
That wasn't easy.
Oh, thanks. No, it's hard work.
No, I worked at a desk job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go build a gate. It's a double-sided gate. You ever build something like this before, Rob?
No. I don't know a thing about carpentry work. I'm just gonna stand there and do what I'm told and try not to mess things up. Perfect. Perfect.
I would be honored to have a place like this. I wouldn't even need all this. I need just a corner. They cut me out a corner over there and give me 2 horses, and I'd be happier than a pig and shit. Pigs.
What do we
Back
do?
up.
Just back up? All right. Come on, cowsies. All right.
Perfect. Perfect job. Perfect job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Look what the cows are happy.
Aww. They look so happy. I'm so proud of us right now.
All right, here's your other. Is this one done?
It was a bit hard for me working with the fence at first because I wasn't used to it. But Mats was directing and guiding, and he was a great boss. He knew what he was doing, and first side of the gate figured things out for us. Second side of the gate went like that.
Good job.
Thanks.
Jättebra.
Fence came out great. It was a lot faster than I actually expected.
That's perfect.
Ole came out and he said, perfect, like he likes to do.
I go in and let the calf out.
Okay.
They have never been out before.
Oh, really? Wow.
Never been
First
out.
time
Take it
getting
very
out.
slow.
See, it's nice. See how nice those are plants. First time they're seeing a plant. Ah, look, they're enjoying it now. Look at that. They're gonna run and run and run now.
Yeah, that's probably the first time they've got to run.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't that fun? Isn't it amazing? It's like a baby seeing everything the first time.
Yeah. I would very much like to live similarly to this, though not on an industrial scale like this. I'd like to live small, simply, with a close family. And, the small life is for me.
I get all the cookies, right?
Yeah, they're all yours.
All right. Milk from the farm.
Nice. Yeah.
Fresh.
Good milk.
The farmers in Sweden has a very difficult year last year. It was a very, very dry season. Lots of them sell their cattle and lie down. They have no food to the cattle.
Some people got in some bad shape and they had to slaughter dairy cows?
Yeah.
For meat?
For meat.
It makes me think of Most of the people here in our group are descended from immigrants who came during the Great Famine of the 1800s, the 19th century. So a lot of these people here are products of the starvation. So many things can go wrong. And if they do, back in those days, you either died or you had to find someplace else.
When Rob talked about us being here and the whole purpose of, how we exist and everything because everybody left Sweden because of hard times, is pretty interesting, because to me, I look at things and history always seems to repeat itself, so it makes you kind of worry and wonder what's going to happen.
Did that last year, did it affect you much?
Not so much. We make it all right. We are 3 brothers and lots of people on the farm, so it's easier for us. It's more difficult if you're alone with the farm.
How's this year looking?
Much better. Much better. So we are very satisfied.
Back to work.
Yeah. Is there any one of you that can have driven a tractor or anything?
I have.
Yeah?
Long
a few
time
times.
ago.
You okay?
Yeah.
You would like to try it?
Sure.
Okay, I'll show you.
Sweet.
Farmer Chris.
When I was in high school, I lived on a farm for a couple of weeks, and I had the opportunity to drive a tractor, but nothing like this. I mean, picking up the hay bales and taking it into the pig pen, that was a really cool experience. This was the best part of farming. I loved it. I loved being in the tractor. I loved feeling like I could actually do something. I had a lot of fun.
I totally want to try it.
Do it!
Yay! This is the...
Which one's the brake? That's the most important.
That's the brakes.
Okay.
Yeah, just start it.
Whoa! I don't... Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Whoa!
Come on, Brittany! You got it!
Okay, I don't know if I should do this. I think today's work day was a lesson in appreciation of food and organic farming. Been one small step for man and one giant leap for 3 Americans and 1 Canadian.
You did a good job. Way to go.
Good job, Katie!
Good job.
You're doing great, Katie!
You got this! I think it was a fun day. Me and Katie created a little song. We are farmer girls in a farmer world. Life in a tractor, it's spectacular. Oh God, I hope that doesn't make it on air.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Look at those veggies.
Looks good.
I feel so spoiled, you guys. Thank you.
You know, today after our rendezvous with the pigs, I've decided I am no longer eating meat.
Really?
It was just too...
I
was a vegetarian for 6 years, and then working in barbecue, and you want to taste the food, you want to experience the food that you're providing to your guests. So I kind of just started eating meat again. But after, interacting with the animals, it reminded me of how much I love animals and why I went vegetarian in the first place.
I totally respect that. I'll eat.
You grab that
I'll
one?
eat your pork chop for you. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Go for it, please.
I love meat. I don't think there's any better dinner than farm to table. You know exactly where it's been living, how it's been taken care of, and I just think it's the circle of life. Hey guys, check out who's coming in the distance.
Amazing.
I love bacon. I love bacon. I love pork chops. I like them when they come across the plate. That's it. Only one pig I trust, and that's a pig on a plate.
Hey guys, I'd be remiss if I didn't just thank the 3 of you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this has been such an incredible experience for all of us to participate in. So Can we give a little toast? Thank you so much for all that you've done for us.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Skål to our host.
Skål.
The final dinner was so nice. It was a little bittersweet. I mean, we know 2 people are going home, and I might be one of them. So it was nice to just kind of gather around in such a beautiful setting. And if it's the last meal, it was a wonderful last meal together.
Today was a perfect day. The weather was beautiful. We got to do some really fun and funny and memorable things. And so it was a good distraction for what's coming tomorrow. But I'm also at peace with what's coming. Oh my gosh. We've been avoiding this conversation, haven't we?
Yeah, we really have.
No matter what happens, it just makes me want to cry. You know?
I don't like thinking about it at all. And I don't even have to be in your positions, and that makes me feel guilty. But I'm really happy that I got to spend the last couple of nights with you 3, experiencing these great nights. Enjoying our pig farm.
Yes.
And tractor driving.
We'll always have our pig farm together.
When put to the challenge and put to the test, my focus and my drive and my ambition blow people out of the water. So I'm hoping that comes through tomorrow.
The thought of potentially sending 2 other people home is really heavy for me. And Melissa, I want you to have that special day so bad. That means so much to us that you get to have that experience.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm
dreading tomorrow. I don't want tomorrow to happen. I don't want to lose 2 friends. I don't want to go home. I can't see a good outcome.
I pinky promise that I will do my very best tomorrow.
Same.
I'll do my very best.
Ditto.
And however's gonna happen, we're moving on, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll have one of you.
Yep.
Okay.
Love you guys.
I love you guys.
You guys are awesome.
De flesta svenskar som deltog i amerikanska inbördeskriget gjorde det på nordsidan, ofta i flottan. Många sjömän som kom till nordstadshamnar blev övertalade att överge sina fartyg och ta värvning istället. Så det var gott om matroser på nordstaternas skepp. Gott om sjöofficerare med svenskt ursprung också, ett 50-tal. Varav den mest prominenta var admiral John A. Dahlgren. En framstående vapenkonstruktör vars kanoner fanns på de flesta av nordstaternas skepp. Också John Erikssons pansarskepp Monitor, där den dessutom sköttes av 2 svensk-amerikaner. I dagens tävling är det våra svensk-amerikaner som ska vara med när det smäller.
You never know what to expect when you walk into the challenge and meet Anders. So I'm excited. And my focus is 100% on winning this great Swedish adventure and having that reunion for my family.
I am the only person in this group who has not had a special day. And to leave here without having that experience to share with my family is the thing that gets me the deepest, darkest place. So right now, just gotta get in there and do it.
After the battle at Hampton's Row between the 2 battleships Merrimack and Monitor, the constructor of Monitor, John Eriksson, of course, was praised as a hero. But that would not have happened if it was not for 2 other Swedes aboard Monitor on the day of the battle, firing the cannons. Carl Charlie Petersson and Hans Andersson. They had fired a whole day on Merrimack without result. Finally, they decided to defy orders and double the amount of gunpowder in the gun. The explosion knocked them off their feet, but it actually made some damage on Merrimack. Not big enough to sink it, but probably one of the reasons Merrimack went back to the harbor. In today's challenge, gunpowder and explosions too will decide who will win the upcoming battle and get to stay in Allt för Sverige. I also have some good news. The winner today will have immunity in next challenge. Okay, good luck. I den här utslagstävlingen ska deltagarna ta sig igenom en rutad bana utan att smälla några bomber. Först har de 3 minuter på sig att memorera en hög med pilar som visar deras rätta väg steg för steg. Sen ska de ta sig fram genom banan i tur och ordning. Kliver de fel, smäller det. Och på 3:e smällen åker man ut. Den som är sist kvar är den som går vidare i Allt för Sverige. Klara, färdiga, gå!
There's 20 different directions, and my strategy is to break that 20 into sets of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20. The first 5 I think I can memorize no problem. The next 5 I think I'll try to use some sort of word story in my head. So right, left, forward might be Rosie loves fun. And the next one might be another story.
I'm going to go in as prepared as I can be. I'm going to do my very best. Telephones in the United States are 7 digits because it's hard to remember much more than 7 to 10 digits. So I figure if I can at least, remember 10 to 12 steps, that should give me a pretty good chance to perform well.
I have a terrible memory, and I know that's a weakness of mine. But for some reason, one of my strengths is that I can remember song lyrics. And there's 20 arrows. So 2 on this hand, 2 on this hand to that beat, and hopefully I can sing it to myself as I see myself doing the steps and visualize it, and just take it as far as I can take it.
Klara, färdiga, gå!
I think my strength is that I'm really used to testing, and this feels like a test, It feels like a memorization in the classic way that people get educated. Information is thrown at you quickly, and you gotta get it back on paper. Now I just gotta get it out on this board and hope I don't hear any fireworks behind me while I'm going. Yeah.
I need to win. I need to win this. I need to win this so bad. I want that immunity. I want to meet the rest of my family. And I just want to see myself at the end of the line. I want to win this.
When heard the third boom go off behind me, I knew when I took the step that probably this isn't right, but again, second guessing myself, and it went off, and I thought, okay, that's it. And walking away, you know, I was really upset, and yet I knew that it was my own fault. So I had to just make peace with it, and I was ready to go.
Okay, what's that one? That's her. You gotta win a breath in. Oh. Memory is definitely not my strong suit. It never has been. I don't think it ever will be. I was more upset Missy went. I'm not going to lie. Seeing Missy leave, when I heard the last of the explosions and seeing her laugh, like I broke down.
Wow. Awesome job, Chris. You got 0 bullets booms off of you. You know what? I think one of my things, they kept sticking, and I knew, I knew what I knew what my next step was, and then I was thinking ahead to my next set of 5, and I was like, I know this is wrong, but.
Every time I'd hear that boom go, I just sink a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, something went wrong right there, and I was like, eh.
So,
You're halfway there.
yeah.
Congratulations, Chris.
So I've made my decision, guys. I think you'll be okay with this, Brittany. I'm gonna let you stay in. No, listen.
Chris,
this is so important to me. Listen to me. This is for me. I want you to continue this journey. I want you to see your family. Your family needs you here. They need you to experience
Chris,
this.
I screwed up. Stop.
Hey, it's already done. I've already made the decision.
You can't do that. That's not how this works. No, your family needs you here. Stop.
Listen, I have
That's
the most.
not how this works.
Melissa, this is happening. You are staying. Brittany, help me out here. She's staying.
Missy,
no, no. I
Because-
screwed up. I deserve to
I know,
go
but
home.
Missy, for me, for me,
Don't.
listen, for
No,
me,
I
no,
can't.
let me just say this. For me, for you to have that special experience, for you to get to meet your family, that's more important to me.
You promised me.
I promised. I did my very best. I won. Oh, Melissa is such a incredible human being. One of the parts of this experience that I wasn't fully expecting was how real these friendships and bonds become.
Chris, it's breaking your heart. Your family.
No,
I've
I've already won. Do you not know how much I've won? When the explosion started going off, my heart started sinking because I knew that she wasn't performing as well as she would have liked. And it made me that much more motivated to keep going forward and remembering the numbers, or remembering the steps so that I could win this competition and give that prize to her. I had already made the decision before we walked into the challenge today.
Please don't do that, because I don't want to have the pressure of not
You don't have
making
pressure. You know what the best thing you can do? You go have your special day.
No, Chris, you can't.
This
You
makes
guys,
me so happy.
you can't do this.
You're having it. You're doing it. It's. You're not going to convince me otherwise. I hope that my Swedish family, when they have the opportunity to watch this, will appreciate that this doesn't mean we're not going to have our reunion. It's just going to happen at a different time. And the good news, I'll be bringing more people with me. I'll be bringing my family members, my brothers and sisters, my parents, and my own children and wife. And so maybe that'll even be more special, that I'll get that opportunity with them. No, I promise. My family is so huge and so strong.
No, I can't.
I have so many answers to the puzzle that you don't have yet.
I have never had somebody be so kind ever. And I'm overwhelmed. I'm overcome with emotion with Chris right now. I want to hug him and I want to hit him. Oh my God.
You ready?
Look, I can't walk with you. And I just feel terrible because I am the one, I lost and I knew, and I was ready to go. And then he just did this thing, and it's like just trying to think about how you could ever repay a person for something so kind.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi. Suppose you want to know what happened?
Yeah.
Well, I lost.
And I was the second one to go.
I can't, Chris.
I already know.
What?
I already know what a good man does. So you're gonna stay?
He won't let me leave.
My boy.
I think saying goodbye to everybody was the hardest part. Just the look on Katie's face broke my heart. And I'm so sad to leave her. She's been such a big part of this adventure with me. Just for you.
I don't want Brittany to leave. But it's going to happen. It's inevitable. And it is what it is. And I just gotta face the facts. I'll cry a lot, but that's fine.
See you guys.
Bye, Brittany.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
See you soon.
See you again. See you again.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go back home to America. And I'm also ready to come back to Sweden soon.
This is your family tree.
This is wonderful.
And this is everything.
I walk away a better man. I have a better appreciation for my family name and who I am and the kind of human being that I want to be.
This is it.
Thank you.
Hej på er. Fan vad roligt det var att ha er här, hörni. That was great. Hej då.
Hej då.
Jättebra. Hej då. Hej då.
I mean, this has been such an incredible adventure. And the best part is getting to know Sweden. There was a piece of me missing. There was a piece of me that knew how Swedish I was, but didn't really fully understand what pieces of me were Swedish. And I got to experience that firsthand and just fall in love with this country. I can't wait to bring my family back. I feel so blessed to have had this opportunity to be here.
You guys will meet and hang out with Greta's followers who are part of the movement Fridays for Future. That's so cool.
I can probably tell you that most American kids their age are not worried about it.
This is where they experienced all their struggles. I can't wait to tell my mom about everything I saw today.
You don't want anybody to go home. You want everyone to continue on together.